don't throw up into your lungs.
It's okay. A little uncomfortable. Ready? Swallow. Swallow. Hang in there. Hang in. Swallow. Swallow. We're on the air. No. Swallow. And I'm in. All right, so take it with me. Get a suction.
Someone who happens to have tube down their nose into their throat is one of the most painful and uncomfortable procedures that we can inflict on a patient, if you will. But this patient needed it. It was necessary. But he didn't like it.
I see a lot of people with a lot of strange ideas.
Hey, Dr. Mauricio Heilbronn Jr. works in the ER, but he also has a passion for comic books.
Actually, Spider-Man's black costume wasn't made by me. It's actually from another planet.
No way.
Good. Well, speaking of from another planet, we have a patient over there on day 2 that we need to check on. It's a 40-year-old lady. She's got abdominal pain, and she has her own theory on like what's causing it.
Sometimes the seemingly opposite worlds of comic books and emergency medicine collide.
Is that what the lights is?
We've been having trouble with like home engineering.
I'm Dr. Heilbronn. How can I help you today?
I really don't want to be here, but I got real pain in my stomach.
How long has that been going on?
A while. Just got enough out of last week or so. I think it has something to do with the alien that's growing inside my stomach.
I see a lot of people with a lot of strange beliefs, science fiction or not. I'm sorry, the alien grows inside you? She throws out the, I have an alien in me. Nobody's listening to me. I have an alien. Please help. Why don't you tell me more?
It's an experiment in genetic engineering. The aliens want to crossbreed with us humans.
By the time it gets to me, I'm going to run with it. Well, I think I do. If my underlying goal is to treat the patient, arguing with her is going to make no earthly good. I said, yes, I understand you have an alien. I'm here to help. First, why don't you lay back and take a look before we go too far?
You are the first doctor who believes me.
I have a woman who has certain beliefs and delusions. Now, whether or not her concept, her contact with reality is valid, that's not my judgment. My judgment is I have a patient who's sick. Okay? Okay, I'm just going to examine you real quick here. Do we know if this hurts?
No, that's what alien is.
Okay?
Just moved.
The vital signs of Marquis Young, a multiple gunshot victim, are plummeting. To save the expectant father's life, Dr. Roddy Kamath must open his chest and find the bullets as quickly as possible.
We opened his chest on the left side, and to my surprise, I did not find any major source of bleeding or a lot of blood on that side. 4 more to go. At this point, he is getting worse and worse.
Oxygen levels are in the 40s. These people are fixed and dilated.
But his brain is not functioning anymore.
It's going into pulmonary edema.
Where's the oxygen?
Yeah, 100%.
He's throbbing at the mouth, but it's got fluids in the lung which he should not have.
Bobby, we better let him go.
And this young man, is not going to survive.
Even though Dr. Kamath has removed all 5 bullets, his patient is deteriorating fast.
Let's close him back up.
His oxygen levels have been low for a long time. He's probably brain dead.
We'll put him on a ventilator and get the final decision from the family.
You get used to it. I know it's uncomfortable.
Lathan Toa was in a bar fight and is now vomiting blood. The 6'5", 300-pound man wants no part of a nasogastric tube down his nose. But this tube is in place to suction the blood collecting in his stomach.
Call down and get me 4 units of Botox. You're going to be using pressure now. There's no telling how much blood he's already lost.
In a case like this, you start to feel like a detective. You're starting to get little pieces and you're really needing to put them together. But once you get it together, and sometimes you have to draw your conclusions without the proof, and that's another part of feeling like a detective, is going with your instincts.
Buddy. Do that. Take that tube out of your nose and leave the hospital. You are going to die. Do you understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No formalities, in his face. This is going on. You don't understand it. You're gonna die.
Franny Biederman is claiming there's an alien in her stomach.
It's a good thing you came in today. There's something inside you, all right?
Dr. Heilbronn plays along with the delusion in order to obtain critical information about her health.
How long have you been there? You remember anything about when?
I think I know how it got there.
Okay.
Well, just the usual way. The usual way. DNA transplant during the different.
It's the usual way. Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ms. Betterman, I need to take a closer look at the alien. And the best way of doing that is something we call CAT scan.
Is it better DNA?
Absolutely not. Actually, it might help it.
Well then, by all means.
Perfect. I'll get that taken care of right now. Okay?
It won't hurt the alien.
No, I promise. I promise. Despite the fact that she's a little kooky, I really found myself feeling for this patient. All right. So, what we have to do is get a CAT scan. So we'll use it with IV and PO contrast.
Most of them come out at night. It starts with this bright light.
Best friends, Drs. Rob Soltis and Neil Shanban, have teamed up to save Arthur Nathan, a 65-year-old man who crashed his car into the hospital.
I look up at Neil, and Neil says, this guy needs a central line. Let's get a central line. Perfect kid.
A central line means inserting a catheter into the jugular vein of the neck, which leads directly to the heart. First, a large gauge needle is inserted into the vein.
Don't puncture the jugular.
I got it.
So what the next step is, through the sharp needle, you pass a wire. This is a guide wire.
Dr. Rob Soltis detects a potentially fatal problem.
Where, what happened? Hold on.
A tear in the patient's jugular vein. If this is so, Mr. Nathanson could be bleeding internally.
I never pictured myself being caught. Torture interrogation since an Al-Qaeda person.
If I knew what I knew now,
I would never have gone to Bolivia.
We carried the pot across the border ourselves. Al-Qaeda trafficking.
John Hill was
Getting kidnapped.
This is a decision that I regretted every single day.
Is this your intent? To be sympathetic, or are you twisting the knife?
Escape?
Get the hell out of my house.
Support Charles anytime.
I won't have to live down here.
24 hours a day. On the General Hospital channel.
It's our job to take you where others won't.
To murder your own mother reflects a particularly callous and depraved individual.
He was not my brother. He was a monster.
Once you've taken someone, you either kill them or you get caught.
He's just pure evil.
Spend weeknights with 3 perfect gentlemen. Okay, they may not be gentlemen.
If you interfere, I'll kill you.
But they are perfect.
That's right.
Weeknights starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on Great Entertainment Television.
Perhaps the most misunderstood creatures on Earth. Sharks are crucial to our ecosystems. Watch Shark Month in July. Explore your world every day. On Earth Day 365.
Franny is in intense abdominal pain. Dr. Heilbronn has ordered a CAT scan because what Franny thinks is an alien growing in her stomach could in fact be something very real.
So what do you got?
Abdominal aorta and some lines of distension right in there.
You can see leaking right there. Lo and behold, she has a ruptured aneurysm.
Guess you found your alien.
Now, the aneurysm is this big, it's sort of like a garden hose. Those old garden hoses with those bicycle tires that get a weakness in it, and before they blow, they get a big blister on it. That's what an aneurysm is. Hers had popped, so it was like squirting a little leak in it. Spider in here? That's blood leaking from a ballooning blood vessel and growing along what we call an aneurysm. Right.
You didn't know what government I find out.
No, I wish. She looked me straight in the eye and said, nope,
I got me an alien.
I got me an alien. And, of course, I'm sorry. From my point of view, her problem is an aneurysm. From her point of view, it's an alien. But our common point is that there's a problem, and it just so happens the fix to both problems is to immediately go to surgery.
Surgery? No, I don't want it. I want to keep it.
You have to understand, this is something that's very, very serious.
I'm sorry, but no. I want to keep it. There's a new species that is going to be born. And I have been chosen as the one to bring it into this world.
The search for the source of Lathan Toa's severe internal bleeding continues. When all else fails, Dr. Herbert must rely on her intuition.
It's scary because you go back and think about things you could have missed that could be the difference between life and death. And I thought,
Have you been taking anything for your pain?
this man has been in pain for 3 or 4 days. What's he been doing for his pain?
Painkiller. Painkiller. Just jump things that you find.
And how often have you been taking these painkillers?
And I said, well, how much? What kind? And his answer is just, I don't know.
Lathan, can you at least tell me if you've taken more than 8 pills a day?
The reason why he's bleeding is because of a toxicity of a medicine that he's been taking.
Joel was no toxicologist. They think you got it.
Immediately I asked to send off what's called a serum toxicology screen. That's going to check for a number of substances in the blood. And I really could not wait for that lab result to come back. He's going into what's called hepatic failure or liver failure. He essentially could bleed into his system and die.
What he needs is a coagulant picking up his platelet.
Okay. It's called a coagulopathy, meaning you're not able to stop normal bleeding. So though all those numbers are out of whack, when you talk about your liver function, your ability to form clots in your blood, things like that, that's what's affected him.
Mr. Toa, I think you've taken too many painkillers and your liver can't handle it. And it's affecting your blood's ability to clot. I'm going to give you an antidote. And I'm really sorry that that tube's going to have to stay in just a little longer. Just a little longer.
Dr. Neil Shamban was about to go home after a long shift when a heart attack patient brought him back into the ER. Now his best friend, Dr. Rob Soltis, is threading a metal guide wire into the man's jugular. But there's a problem.
Where's one? Yeah, hold on.
This is not it. It's not it. Got it. All right, I'm in.
Dr. Soltis withdraws the large bore needle from the jugular, leaving the guide wire for the central line in the vein.
You can get a good grip on that thing? Yep, always. Step back, we're gonna have to shock this guy.
You know, I can't step back and hold on the wire. You can't let go of this wire, because if I let go of that wire, and that wire feeds itself into that jugular vein, there's nothing stopping it. Gravity might just pull it right in, the blood flow might just pull it right in, and it can get stuck in that person's heart.
And if you don't let go, he's gonna die anyway. Look, I got 3,000 volts here.
It's like, you know, it's like throwing a toaster into a bathtub. You know, you don't want to be around.
Well, if I let go, he's gonna die. Let go. I can't let go.
You gotta let go.
Those pupils are fixed and dilated. I've got no brain activity up here.
Dr. Robbie Kamet's patient, father-to-be Marquis Young, has essentially died on the operating table.
I think we better let him go.
Although he still has a heartbeat, his brain has stopped functioning, and he is unable to breathe on his own.
There is no chance that he will have any quality of life. Technology is what is keeping him alive, nothing else. Here is somebody who's going to have a child of his own, and the child is not going to have a father. Maybe if I brought him to the OR a little sooner.
Robbie, wouldn't have made any difference.
Mrs. Young? Oh no. Mrs. Young, her husband was shot 5 times in the chest. He operated and removed all 5 bullets. He's stable.
The doctor says, well, he's not going to pull through this one.
You have to think about the quality of life you want for. Many families in your position, how do I say this? Sometimes withdrawing life support is the most humane thing to do. You don't know Mark. He's stubborn.
He always promised me, regardless what, he was never going to leave.
Mrs. Young will keep him alive as long as you like. But the chances of him waking up.
Can I see him first?
Yes, of course.
And the doctor's saying if he did ever pull through, he was going to have some type of brain damage, and he's not going to pull through, and for us to get up and say our final goodbyes.
Wake up, Mark. You can fight this.
I'm looking at him again, and I just spaz out.
What? You just gonna give up just like that? You can't even give me 24 hours?
I'm just screaming and hollering. You gave up on life. How can you give up on life? You didn't give a chance. I didn't want to be here with you. I'm so upset with you. I can't believe you just left like this.
Mrs. Young, wait! Mrs. Young, wait! Your family will miss you very much, Mr. Young. You just take a breath. Mark. Mark. Mark, can you hear me? Nurse! 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 He just woke up! I stopped in my tracks. Hold it. He took one breath. That's enough for me.
All right, I'm going in.
It was really delicious.
Wake up, Mark. You can fight this.
Gunshot victim and father-to-be Marquis Young is in a vegetative state, breathing only with life support. His wife, Ada, who is 9 months pregnant, has run out in despair. Then, miraculously, Dr. Ravi Kamath notices his patient breathing on his own.
Nurse, he just woke up.
Dr. Kamath races out to catch Ada in the parking lot.
Please. Can you come? Please. Come on, right now. I've never seen anything like this.
Mark. Hi. So good to see you. Oh my God. Did you hear her kicking? That's your little girl. You're coming back for her, right? I'm talking to Marquis. Telling him, everything's gonna be okay. Just, I know you can hear me. You may not say anything, but I know you can hear me. So just stay with us. We're okay, and family's okay, and I feel kind of strange.
What's wrong? I think I might be having my baby. Nurse, monitor this man's vital signs. I'm going to take her to labor and delivery. Come on, there you go. Okay. Give
As
us
Marquis Young returns from the brink of death, his wife begins to give birth.
There's a new species that is going to be born, and I have been chosen as the one to bring it into this world.
Somebody who arrives at the hospital with a ruptured aneurysm tends not to ever leave. The chance of living is probably only 10%.
Is that serious? If we do not remove it, it will too.
Statistically, the mortality rate for a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm approaches 90%. It's pretty grim. She could die at any moment.
Dr. Mauricio Heilbronn is about to operate on an aneurysm in Franny Biederman's stomach, but the patient believes he's actually removing an alien.
Her next question is, do you know anything about this? And I'm like, well, again, going on with her,
You have experience doing this removing aliens?
I've done a few in my day. Which is not technically incorrect, because if she thinks her aneurysm is an alien, then I have experience with aliens in her body. Stand by with the omni retractor. Basically take the intestines up and flip them onto her chest, exposing the aneurysm. The only way to fix it is to replace that portion of the aneurysm with a synthetic tube. Basically from right above the aneurysm, which is sort of where her kidneys were, all the way down to where the blood vessels split off to go to the leg. So this is easily as dangerous as having emergent open heart surgery while somebody's having a heart attack.
When operating on an aneurysm, there's a danger in having it burst, which can cause a patient to bleed to death on the table.
You kind of have to dissect the patient away from the aneurysm. It's like operating on a bomb. You know that it can blow at any time.
Once the aneurysm is exposed, the next phase of the operation requires shutting off blood flow to half of the patient's body.
Once I lock down this clamp, there's no stopping. cutting off all the blood to her lower body. We've got to complete the graft in less than 5 minutes. I'm now stopping blood flow to half of her body. What that means is I'm on the clock, because there's a whole lot of important stuff that needs blood. Clock, please. Everybody ready? This is one of the most time-sensitive surgeries. Go. This is at the top, if not the top.
Mr. Toa, how often have you been taking these painkillers?
Dr. Ayana Herbert suspects her patient, Lathan Toa, has overdosed on over-the-counter painkillers and has ordered blood work to confirm her suspicion.
What do you want me to do with this?
Let's mix it with 2 parts water for the first couple doses.
Okay.
So we gave what's called NAC.
N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, inhibits further damage from the over-the-counter painkillers still in the body, but there's no guarantee it will work.
We're going to give you an antidote for those painkillers you're taking, but it has to go in through your stomach.
You put another tube.
No, we can use the same tube. There's a reverse tube so we can go in and out. Okay?
I don't need the tube. Can I just drink it?
You don't want to do that. It smells like rotten eggs. So,
Most patients prefer not to take it forward with you.
it's like 18 doses that you have to give every so many hours in the hospital, but it's only proven to definitely help if given within the first 24 hours. After that, you just don't know. You don't know if it's going to help. And this guy's been in pain for 3 to 4 days. We have no idea when he started taking the medicine, how long he's been taking the medicine. He was totally off of any kind of algorithm that we could really start treatment. It was just a matter of throwing it at him and hoping for the best.
As soon as we get this medicine in you, we'll take that tube out. Stay with me.
The same nasogastric tube that had been pulling blood from Nathan's stomach has now been used to put the antidote into his system.
I've got to go see some other patients now. Make sure that keeps flowing and let me know what that does.
Okay.
Luckily, he let us keep the nasogastric tube in to administer that. He was threatening to leave against medical advice because that tube was so uncomfortable.
I can't take it.
And I went back to explain to him, if you leave, you may die. It's as simple as that.
Dr. Rob Soltis and his best friend, Dr. Neil Shamban, have reached a critical point while treating their heart attack patient, Arthur Nathanson. Dr. Soltis is in the process of inserting a central line IV guide wire.
Okay.
Step back, we're going to have to shock this guy.
I can't step back and hold on to the wire. If I let go of that wire could sink into him, and I could kill him.
If you don't pull it out, he's going to die. You have no choice.
And if I pull it out, it's going to puncture his heart. He's going to die.
Look, I got 3,000 volts here.
I can't let go.
You gotta let go, or he's gonna die anyway.
If I pull this out, he's going to breathe, and I have to stop it with my finger, and I'm still holding on to him, and I'm going to get shot.
You have no choice. He's gonna die anyway. You're gonna have to let it go. Let it go.
I can't keep holding on to the wire while this guy's being shot.
Dude. Give me 300. Clear.
I look at that wire, and zap.
Nothing happens. One more. Need more juice. Clear. Whoa.
Amazingly, he's a normal sinus rhythm again. And the heart's back to normal, and he starts to get a pulse again, and the wire is miraculously still there.
IV's in place. You can give medications now. Wonderful. It's a good call, Neil.
We were on the front line together. It was Neil and Rob, front line together, just like we hoped it would be in residency. It was great.
Oh, you too, man. You can't find glue like that to bind people together. Have a good one, buddy.
You too. Take care.
Thanks.
They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and there's nothing more beautiful than our Earth. With Earth Day 365, we embrace nature's amazing diversity. We celebrate the heroes who unlock its mysteries and protect its future. Explore your world every day on Earth Day 365.
Those who ride with us, stay with us.
Stick to your guns, boys. That's the way of the West.
Sweetie, fly as a country. I want to help other young adults get back to their selfless, deserving parents.
My mom's the most selfless person I know.
Is this your attempt to be sympathetic, or are you twisting the knife?
Escape
Get the hell out of my house.
to Fort Charles.
Has she been in the trunk all this time?
Whenever you want. Waiting for the right move to strike, is that?
When the time comes, I won't have to lift a finger. I'm getting the hell out of here.
You're here 24 hours a day.
This is risky. It's gonna work. It has to work.
You bet it works, Sonny.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Check in to the General Hospital channel.
Patient Franny Biederman thinks doctors are removing an alien from her stomach.
Cutting off all the blood to her lower body. Thought, please?
Dr. Heilbronn is in a race against time to mend what is really an abdominal aortic aneurysm.
Everybody ready? Go. Good. Now there's some pop out. Keep coming. This is looking real good. Opened her up and opened up the aneurysm and stopped blood flow to half of her body and soared like the wind. Done. Just get it packed away and zipped up. Everything went just textbook perfect. It was about as short of an aneurysm surgery as we've had.
Although Franny's true medical condition was quite earthbound, her recovery was out of this world.
You know, it was an alien that saved my life.
In essence, this alien saved her twice. The alien convinced her to have the surgery.
Dr. Heilbronn helped us send him back home.
Probably the area 51.
And the alien is responsible for her doing so spectacularly well after the surgery. How's my favorite patient doing?
Doctor, thank you so much. And thank you for believing in me. It was so many other people don't.
You're welcome, Franny. You're making a miraculous film.
The alien that's helping me.
I firmly believe her positive mental attitude, wherever the origin came from, was responsible for her success post-operative. This proves that whatever your belief is, as long as it's positive, it can only help.
Make sure that close when you know that dose is done.
When blood tests finally come back, Dr. Herbert's diagnosis of an overdose of painkillers is confirmed, but the patient is in so much discomfort, he is still threatening to leave the hospital.
I can't take it. I can't.
We got a positive test result back on toxic levels of painkillers in your body. So we're going to continue to treat you with the NAC. Saving your life.
I didn't do it. If I could have, I would have still walked out.
Hang in there, Mr. Toll. When patients come in and start refusing what otherwise is standard care, it's very frustrating. All you can think of is all those other people that are in the waiting room that are waiting to get help. That's the frustration. But the responsibility is to really educate the patient, make sure they're making an informed decision, when it's very frustrating sometimes when patients just don't get it.
48 hours later, Dr. Herbert sees her patient leaving the hospital.
So me just getting in his face and telling him like it is, think he understood the graveness of the condition at that time, and for that reason, today he's alive.
Shooting victim Marquis Young, now breathing on his own, has made a miraculous recovery on the day of his daughter's birth.
Did you say hi to Daddy? Can you see Daddy? He's very strong. Daddy got hurt real bad today, but he's going to be okay. You know why? That's right. All because of you.
All the concern that I had was that he did not have any brain function. He's pulling me on, and despite every number, every test that showed that he was insalvageable, he continues to get better.
Yes.
Mark? Hi, baby, hi.
Yeah, you had the baby.
Hi, this is your little girl, Mark. Nurse, can you call a doctor? We must have felt there was a change in our lives with the baby coming in. It's amazing because every day in life something dies and something grows. Can you see her?
I woke up. My wife had my daughter. I just thought to live. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be here. Mr. Young, you're awake. And you have a beautiful new baby girl.
They said she looked like me.
Yes, I can see it. And how are you feeling, Mr. Young? You know, you didn't think you were going to make it. You are, in my opinion, a medical miracle. I'm happy to be here to hold her. I'm very happy that she's here and I'm here with her. To be able to hold her, to be able to see her grow, to be able to see her get older, to ride a bike, and be able to play with kids and draw color. So I'm very happy that God spared my life. You know, best of luck.
3 months later, after an exhaustive rehabilitation, Marquis Young leaves the hospital with his wife and daughter.
Stories of the ER the doctors never talk about. Our presumption is that he took just the right hit at the right...
Boss, yes, a football field could do tons of damage.
How long have they been on that? 8 days, non-stop, one freaking hiccup after another.
I'm dying of pain, and none of you will help me!
Now it's going to be a confrontation no matter what happens. No.
These are the untold stories of the ER. Paramedic Eugene Brown and his partner Cindy Mezza are at high school football games as a precaution.
We sit and watch the game, watch the plays that go on. Sometimes we might see somebody that's hurt, or the trainer or the coach will.
Jared's mother, Kim Hitchens, never misses one of her son's football games.
Jared, you can see.
But tonight, watching her 17-year-old son Jared is painful for both of them.
can honestly tell you that for perhaps the first 30 seconds or 45 seconds, I really assumed it was just another hit. The wind got knocked out of him. She left.
Well, it was obvious that he was injured. He lay there for a few seconds before finally called us out of the field.
And I panicked, and I ran out onto the field.
ER physician Dr. Antonio Rose has seen just about everything. Or has he?
Acute side's pretty busy. So are we. There was a staff charge for this eye missing. And I'm about at the end of my rope already. So I finally get to this chart and I look at it. This is a joke, right? It has to be. And I see hiccups. Did Dr. Weiss have something to do with this?
Listen, Dr. Rose, I really don't have time for jokes.
Actually, I have never seen hiccups in the emergency department.
Besides, that woman has been waiting for you for 3 hours already.
You used to joke. Walking up to the room, I could actually hear her. Dr. Rose, you must be Gina.
Thanks for seeing me. I know there's a lot of patients out there. And this, I mean, feels kind of silly, really. I mean, it would. It does.
She was very polite and apologetic and could only get out a few words at a time. Well, I mean, it's not silly if it's causing you discomfort. Plus, it's causing us discomfort.
And this isn't exactly a solo deal here.
This is my boyfriend, Tony. He hasn't been sleeping well lately.
Her boyfriend was the one who really pushed her to come in because this was driving him nuts now. How long has it been going on?
8 days non-stop, one freaking hiccup after another.
This was a little thing that was clearly driving this guy nuts. She's had hiccups for a week. She had all of her paperwork with her because she definitely did not want to go through more tests. She brought in CAT scans of her head, from the neck, from the chest, from the belly, X-ray reports, EKGs, blood tests. Good news is, there's nothing serious going on here.
A week of hiccups isn't serious?
No. I mean, I don't think anybody really knows what causes hiccups. You know, they're an involuntary spasm of the diaphragm. They just happen, and they usually go away on their own.
I see. Thank you, doctor.
Is that the best you can do?
I'm pretty competitive. And I decided that come hell or high water, tonight I was going to figure this thing out.
Curtains don't go out to the door.
Nothing like homeboy transport, huh? Nothing like that.
Dr. Cesar Aristeguieta took a rather unusual route to becoming a physician.
I was taking my pre-med courses during the day and then worked night shift as a police officer, and at night till late in the morning, Thursday through Sunday for 5 years. And that's how I achieved my bachelor's degree.
This morning in his busy St. Louis ER, Dr. Aristeguieta doesn't catch a break.
Heads up, everyone. Simone Walker is here. Here comes trouble, okay?
Did she ever learn? Mrs. Walker had over 50 visits in 3 months.
Patient Simone Walker is what ER staff call a frequent flyer.
Yeah, well,
A frequent flyer is somebody that we see on a fairly routine basis.
I'm going to get a doctor for you, all right?
The term is used most often for individuals who have an underlying addiction, usually to a narcotic, and they're coming to get a fix. Nothing good is going to come out of this encounter. There is no satisfaction that you've done a good job at the end of it, and we're all hoping that there's no injuries that happen as a result of that. How you doing, Miss Walker?
I think I should see another doctor.
Unfortunately, I'm the only one here. I hope we're not going to have problems today. I've had a history with Mrs. Walker. She knows that I believe she has an underlying addiction and not a pain problem, and that she's not going to get narcotic pain medications tonight, and she's not happy about that.
I'm in terrible pain, doctor. I think I may pass out.
Tell me what's going on. What's brought on this pain?
Everything. My head feels like it's going to explode.
Is it your usual headaches? Is that what's going on?
My neck. It's killing me.
Let's get you checked out. let's get you checked out, okay?
I see every chance, whether it's Mrs. Walker or any other patient, as an opportunity to intervene and to try to do something for them, to move them along until they get to a treatment program.
It's too bright. It's a migraine. Or maybe it's a tumor.
I did a full head-to-toe examination of her, looking to see if there's any signs of things like meningitis or a brain bleed.
You feel the visualized report there?
There was really nothing in the exam that was supporting that either she was in pain or that there was anything life-threatening going on.
Ms. Walker, I know what you want, but I just cannot give it to you.
It's not what I want, it's what I need.
I understand. You feel that that's what you need, but I don't believe that that's what you need.
The moment that you deny her narcotic medications,
You are not going to tolerate a drug
there's going to
addict.
be some confrontation that's going to have to happen.
I'm certainly willing to give you help, but not what you want.
Who do you think you're talking to?
And I'm not sure where this is going to end, but it's probably not going to be pretty.
I'll shoot your ass off.